All right. So I've got two different screens here. Let me know if you can hear me. And I see audio input here from the mic. Yep. Everybody's saying hi. Yeah, guitar in tune. Get your guitar in tune. So we're trying this thing. I tried it this morning. Kind of got it working. I am awesome. Does it sound or look any better than normal? Let's see. Hold on. Here, I gotta scan something. Check this out. This is going to be really cool. This is why I am doing it with this. It's one of the reasons. Okay. A lot of early birds. Yeah, totally. I know, Kathy. Well, that's because I'm trying to still figure this all out, and there's quite a bit of latency with between the OBS software and YouTube, and actually, but in the way I'm using YouTube now, I'm going through the streamer instead of the webcam, and what that's allowing me to do is, it's allowing me to change the latency, but that doesn't seem to have any effect because I see huge amount of latency between what I'm doing, and I can see the number of people, but I can't see it so much on this. So it's just a little confusing to look at one screen or the other. Also, now the screen is actually reversed. So it's weird, it's disorienting. I was used to seeing a mirror image, but now I'm seeing what you're seeing, which is actually better. But this is the magic that I'm looking forward to here. This is the thing that I'm like, yes, now I can do this. And oops, oh, see, I don't want to do that. Click on this. I can bring these down a little bit. In fact, maybe do the opposite. Put this over here. You can see all this. So now I can have some images up on the screen. I just got to make sure my head's between them. And so you can see all that. See, there I am moving things around. So that's why I'm doing this. Oh, it's all right, David. No worries that you missed. Sound is good. Picture needs a shave. Okay. I'm not sure. See, it did say that with because I changed the latency. Let's see, up here. Oh, now that I'm streaming, I can't change it again. So I've set to low latency. Normal latency is probably what was default or was default, and then there's ultra low latency because I'm trying to interact somewhat. But I don't really need. It's not like we're having a teleconference, so I don't need to do ultra low latency. But yeah, the video quality will be less at low latency, and especially in the recording of it. So. But I can still see your comments over here. So I may be a little behind on the comments, which Bob pointed out that I always am anyway. I'm always way behind. So let's see. I'm going to move this mic just a little bit. Like this. Still in picture, but that's okay. And then the other thing I can do, which I don't know if you can hear this. Well, I'm sure you can. You probably hear it through the mic. Let me turn this down, though. Now, that's not what we're going to be jamming to, but it's just something I was working on this morning for a TV show. And I'm not sure the path of that at this point. I want to get to the point where I can actually have music, playing through from the Logic into the broadcasting thing. David said, I think the window blind one further from you could be closed a bit. Oh, okay. This one here, I think. Is this the one? Yeah, we're still getting a lot of light. It's still pretty bright over there, isn't it? I could also turn a little bit away from that. That might be better. It's all a big work in progress. And anyone who's tuning in for the first time, I'm sorry. I know that it's like, I thought I was going to learn the blues. We're going to get there. But I'm digging this thing. I'm digging having the scene. So I set up 3 scenes. This is the other one, which I'm going to again, reverse these. So I got the chords that we're learning, just basic chords. We're not going too crazy with that. And then I've got the blues Christian. See, I can make this smaller, which is cool because we don't need, that's just a glance at. And this is says simple blues, but the other one, if you'll notice, said simplest blues. Okay? And then I have the no anything. And pants have been confirmed, indeed. So we're probably going to have to come up with a new rule for our drinking game, something to do with the OBS software, but it can't be me saying something like, I don't know how this thing works, because that's going to happen about 50 times an hour, and you guys will be rolling on the floor. Let's see. Yeah. Levi's is correct, yes. Always Levi jeans. I mean, back in the day, I think we got, what was it, Jordache jeans? I don't think I ever owned Jordache jeans. That was mostly women. I don't remember. In the 80s, oh, I got a full cup of coffee. Look at this. So I'm ready for the drinking game. I am ready. And that's my second cup of coffee, and I never have 2 cups of coffee, so you guys are in for it. Let's see. Oh, it sounds better. Okay, good. Oh, that's great, Bob. I'm glad. Okay, that's so interesting that the sound is any different. I thought I was going through the mic before, but I don't know that I was. So, but now apparently I am going through the microphone. All right. So just to reiterate what we did yesterday, and I just did a, because I think it was it Dennis? Dennis is here. I think I saw Dennis, right? You're here. Dennis said something about Sesame Street. And so what he mean by that is, it's a very basic way to play the blues. But to be honest, I mean, it even famous blues, you know, like Texas shuffles, things like that, they use that 5, 6, and so that's basically what that is, except you can also go to the 7. So that's the root and the 5th. So open and 2, and then if you go open 4, that's the 6th, and that's the dominant 7th. Okay, a major 7th to B, which is also cool. It sounds like a 60s pop song right there, something Burt Bacharach would write to, but that sounds like Partridge Family right there, when you go to the flat. Boy, am I showing my age. Oh my goodness. And people are wondering about Kathy. How are you feeling, Kathy? Let me say hi to everybody here. I know there's, let's see. Now here's the downside is I can't see how many people are online unless I click on this window, which is way behind. 36, okay. Already 8 likes. Thank you for liking. That actually helps, believe it or not. That gives me more street cred with YouTube. And also, what am I up to? I'm like, I think I hit 73,000. I got to close some of these. I don't need this. I'm going to need that. I may need that. I'm trying to close software so we're not creating any kind of extra buffering issues. Dashboard. What does it say? 70. Almost. We may hit 74. And I say we because this is totally you guys. Everybody's. We're a team here. Almost 74,000 subscribers. That's crazy. And I've said it before that if I get a, I've played on records that have been gold records and platinum records and stuff like that. And so technically I can get plaques, the gold records and all that. I could technically get those. You have to buy those. It's not like they just give them to you. But if it's certified and your name is on the record, then they can get you those. And so I know people that get them and put them all over their walls and everything. I just don't care. I mean, I don't know. I should, but I'm thrilled that the record sold a lot. And that's all great, but it's just, for some reason, it's like oftentimes it was a 3-hour session that I did, and you get something like that. And then, but getting a 100,000 subscriber plaque from YouTube, that's like a 300,000 hour session. It's taking me, I think I started on YouTube in 2006. So that's 14 years to get that far. That's pretty crazy. So, yeah, Kathy had a headache. Oh, you woke up with that headache again. Kathy, I woke up with one yesterday, and because I forgot to turn on the humidifier in our bedroom, and I've been running a humidifier in the bedroom to get rid of the headaches because I invariably will have a soda at night or something really salty, and we were like eating these salty crackers last night. They were so good from Trader Joe's. So thank you, Diane. My channel is underrated. I don't know. These live streams are pretty darn freeform. I'm glad it's in a separate category on YouTube. It says live stream. So if you're watching this expecting to learn something, Kimberly, she's here. I don't know if she's here today, but God bless you for putting lesson starts at 12 minutes because I was like, that saves me from a lot of angry comments. Dude, are you going to get to the lesson? It's like, nope, not getting to the lesson. So I actually just wrote that out. I scanned it. I think I can create a new scene. I don't know what this is going to look like if I'm doing it on the fly. I may not be able to do it on the fly once I'm recording. But this is the thing here. And if I can actually, see, this is cool because I can see what it looks like better because it's not backwards. That's what I was playing. The bump, 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 bump. Okay. So technically, if we were going to get technical about the name of the chord, that's an E5 chord. This would be an E6, no third, whatever. E7, 6. You can do it with one finger. And on the A, you do the exact same thing, but just don't hit the bottom string. So you're going to start on the 5th string. You're going to hit 5 and 2, 5 and 4, 5 and 5, and then 5. I'm sorry, open and yeah. So open 2, open 4, and open 5, and open 4 again. Dennis, this is used for you, so you better be paying attention. Now for B, it's harder because you're probably not going to be able to make that reach. So just when you get to the B chord in the progression, so if we're in, so let's say we're in this progression here. Look at that. Woo! Is that cool or what? Over the B7, you can just go, and then back to the E. And you could just go the E5 to E6 to E5 and E6 like that. One, two, three, four. To the B chord. And then the E. So apparently, according to Bob, my guitar sounds better. Max is here. Hey, Max, how's it going? I was listening to that video you posted I actually, that girl that you recommend, doing the fingerstyle guitar, sitting on her sofa doing that, I actually was already subscribed to her like a long time ago. And she's great. But she knows what she's doing. She'll be playing, and all of a sudden she'll look up at the camera and smile, and she may even make a little mistake or something. But it's like that's the money right there. That's what gets all the guys watching. So, what are you missing? Nothing so far, Leon. I'm going to touch my face because my nose itches. And Beth and I got a 12,000 step walk in this morning already. So. So we're gonna, I wonder, how quiet can I make this? Let's see. I could drop a drum groove in. I'll do that next time. Like I said, I'd rather play to a drum groove than a click any day. But I'm gonna pull up a click. We've been working with 80 BPM. Oh, this is, okay. Okay. So, I use this software called Tempo, which you can't really see because it's so stinking bright. Let me turn the brightness down. Does that help? Yeah. Yeah, see, I'm not used to the screen being this way. So this is called Tempo. I really like this, but it's $2.99, I think somebody said. And so, there's free ones on oops, there we go. There are free ones on, that you can get for, from Google Play and from iPhone, and that's totally fine. Free ones are fine. I like this one because you can have sets and things like that. And that's quarter note. So what we were trying to do was basically drill in your head the 12 bar blues so that you're always aware of where the beginning is. Because what happens so often is if you look over here. I gotta point the opposite direction. If you look over here, this is weird. I'm like a weatherman now. Here we're gonna have the cumulus clouds rolling in over the high plains. But if you look over here, that's going to take a long time to get used to this. This is really weird. If you look over here, we've got 4 bars of E, 2 bars of A, 2 bars of E, 2 bars of B, 2 bars of E. And it's when you get to those 2 bars of E at the end that you think you're back at the top and you're not. So ultimately you're going to have 6 bars of E in a row. It's not. This is the simplest, most stripped down version. If I change to this one, and I could, like I said, I can move this stuff around a little bit, but I'm trying to keep them away from initially I had them on the edge, but I don't know the devices if it would cut off the corners or something. So I'm trying to bring it in a little bit. Yeah, of course you can always add a 9 if you want on top. If you're bored with the 7th, you can even play major chords if you don't want 7ths. So you can even make those simpler. That's a distinct possibility. You don't see my mouse, do you? Like, do you see my cursor when I do this? No, it's not there. Okay. We're not lagging too far behind. Is it, did it get bad? Miguel, is it bad? Miguel, did the Miguel, however you say your name, did the audio suddenly get bad? Or is it much better? Is that... Okay, so what I want to do, we can do this one. This one is much easier to keep track of. And this is probably more stereotypical too, by the way. So let's try this one. The only reason I prefer the other one, and my head looks really small right now. Why is that? Why does my head look smaller than normal? This is like the lamest guitar lesson ever. Let's see, what did oh, my voice has reverb on it. No, it shouldn't. Dang it. I'm not there's no anything. Sounds fabulous with new software, Peter. Okay, thank you. Weird. Okay, well, let's see. I'm not, you know what, let me turn that. Now, can you still hear me? That's the question. And let's go to this software. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's real dead in here. So there's no reverb in this room. Oh, weird, this volume went down. Hold on. Why did that get moved down? Okay. Oh, because I'm worried about this actually redlining right here. So I turned this down because it was redlining. Okay, well, I'll try to keep closer. It's just I'm still trying to kind of get all in the screen and not get covered up by my graphics here. So anyway, as I was saying, actually I should put a big blue dot right here. Wouldn't that be awesome? And do like some voice synthesis. Well, I'll get closer to the mic. That's not a problem. So you can see the chords over there. The shapes that I'm using. I'm just going to use those basic chord shapes. The B7 might be a little bit difficult, but notice on the B7, the second and third finger are the same place as the second and third finger on the A7 chord, but just up a string. So you can kind of, in this version, we're going to go from B7 to A7. So that's fairly easy change. And then your second finger is going to go back to the second finger is going to be either on the 4th string or on the 5th string on all of these chords. So that's one thing to notice as you're playing through these. Hopefully you can do that. If you can't play the 7ths, you could also, I said yesterday, you could just play the bass note. So here's E, here's A, and if we do B, go up here, and here's A. So open, 5, 7, 5. So if you want to just practice being a bass player, that would be super, super basic. Anyway, that fixed it. So if I just move, okay. So yeah, well, it's simple. It's because Kathy, that's the simplest, right? Simpler, simplest. So I probably should have called this simpler, like me. I'm simpler. I'm the simplest. But I had a band in high school called The Simplest.
Cheers. Okay, I want to see what the lag is now. Now I'll be able to. I need to get my watch out and time this because it's probably. Oh, it's not as bad as I thought. Okay, so the lag is about 15 seconds. Okay, that's good. That's good to know. Okay, so here's the click. Hopefully I'll be able to hear it. 3, 4, 1, 2, A, E7 for 2 bars. 2, 3, 1, A7. Again. E7 for now. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. B7. A7 for A. E. B7. And then E. Oh, they are. Okay. Oh, I see what happened. Okay. Thank you, Walter. Sorry, I didn't. Okay, we're on the second line. E7, 3, 4, 1. I forget that the changes aren't universal. A7, E7, B7. And that's how you would end it. It's not the never-ending song, Kimberly. Okay, so Walter's telling me that the settings are different. So yeah, I got to just kind of eyeball it here. And then for this scene, yep, that's all the way up. And then for this scene, it's also all the way up. Oh, and that's, oh, I see. Scene 2. They're kind of doing these weird little jumps when it fades. So if I turn both all the way up, I wonder if that's fine. I just see it peaking a little bit on, it says the audio input capture 3. Oh, it went with 2, in capture 2. I don't know why it has individual. Anyway. I'm learning. I hope it's not too bad. So that's the one we were just playing. But for Kathy, I'm going to. Oh, David, sorry. How would you play no, it'd be C sharp minor 7. So the in the key of E blues, the 6th chord would be the minor substitution would be C sharp minor. So this would be one way to play it. The bar chord. Okay, yeah, I think it's weird because I'm not sure why it has these different capture things. It says I can lock the volume, which is kind of cool. So anyway, I'm learning. I apologize. I told you this is how I learn, though, right? I just get in and get my hands dirty and figure it out. You know, I'm not going to read the manual. I'm not going to watch a video. I'm just going to do it and say, okay, you guys tell me what's working and what's not. This C sharp, you know, and I'm going to have to type here now. I can't see my screen, but so that would be, what is it? 4, 6, 6, 5, 4. That would be C sharp minor. A cheater way to play that. That's just pure C sharp minor. A cheater way to play that, you could go X 4, 2, 1, 0, 0, and that's C sharp minor 7. So you could do that as well. Yeah, I've always got a lazy way of doing it. And for Kathy, I'm gonna we'll do the simpler one, okay? The simpler one is simpler because you don't have as many chord changes, but, and that should all be working. However, you have to keep track of where you are more in this one, I believe. It's a little tougher, okay? The E7, because you got to sit on it for 6, okay? So let me do the click here. 2, 3, 4. I wish I could get it louder. 1, 2, E7, 4. Just let it ring. Don't worry about it. 2, 3, 4. 3, 2, 3, 4. A7, 3, 4. 2. E7.
A7, 2, 3. Good to know, David. I'll try to copy that and paste. Top 1. Gary. 3, 2, 3, 4. A7. See, that's how a bass player can totally telegraph what's coming. B7. Okay. 1, 2, 3. B7. 3, 4, 1, 2, E7. Exactly, Hook. 3, 2, 3, 4, bar 4, A7, 3, 4, 2. What? Am I multitasking or what? E7. I was just talking to Walter today. I said my chops are going in the trash can because I'm doing all these basic lessons. I gotta practice more. Again, top 4, top 2, 3, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, A7 now. You keeping up, Walter? E7. And if you got this, you can solo. E7. E7. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let it ring. So you would end on beat 1 of bar 1. Okay? You get all the way around and get to the basically then the last blues is going to be a 13 bar blues because you're going to need to end on the last chord. Chris is getting it. All right, Christopher. Hello, Christopher. Good to see you. And so the graphics are great. So David, I'm going to try to see. I don't know why it says audio input capture device capture 2. I don't know. I've only have one cap, but it says I have 3 devices. I don't. I only have one. So, but see, I can make this even bigger. I don't know if that needs to be bigger. It depends on what device you're watching on. If you're watching on an iPad or a laptop or a desktop, you're probably fine. But if you're watching on a phone, this might be kind of hard to see. But that's probably the best thing I should do right there. That's what I should. The whole lesson should just be that. Yeah, David, that's great. You solo. I'm just accompanying you, giving you a nice slow way to solo. And we're going to talk about that. It's going to be coming up. In fact, I've got a really cool exercise I think you're going to have fun with. We're going to solo with 3 notes or 4 notes, but we're going to change the 4 notes depending on the chord. And 2 of the notes are open and 2 of the notes are fretted. So you're going to we're going to put some of that pentatonic stuff that we learned back with the caged method stuff. We're going to put that to practice. And so I'm going to show you pentatonic, but that may come tomorrow. Okay. Now, I don't know if I can build. Can I build a new scene?
Okay, and you're saying the audio is definitely different there.
Check 1, 2. On
this one it goes down, but the settings are the same.
Weird. Okay, so this is the best sounding one, the simplest. So I can remember that. Yeah, that's probably what's happening is I'm getting 2 mics capturing. So if I mute this, can you all still hear me? Can you hear me now? Is that like get rid of some of the... so tell me if you can still hear me, or did it go mute? Of course, you can't hear me. Ask the question. Now I'm just gonna get... Oh, Kathy, you can still hear me. Okay, does it sound better? Barely. Okay. So low sound. Okay. So it's something about having both of these audio capture, the mic auxiliary and the audio input capture too. Something about having both those on. Now, let me turn off the mic and see how is it. Oh, that turned. Oh no, it's still. So the volume went down. It sounds okay. So this is, I think this is the iMac mic, and then this is both of them. So I'm going back to both for now. You know what this means I have to do, right? It means I have to go back and watch this video on YouTube. It's like, I really don't want to do that. It's like going to take me, how long is it already? I've already gone for like, what time is it? Oh, it's only been 30 minutes. It seems a lot longer. Okay, well, we'll leave both on for now, okay? And hopefully, like you said, if I get closer, we get less echoey, reverby thing. Like I said, I'll do some scanning through it and see, it's just a big... and there's a video I sent myself that I am going to watch about some of this stuff, but I think I got the gist of it from the article I read. So the hard part was finding where the heck the key was, because I had to copy a key in there. And now I can stream all my gaming for you guys. No, I don't game. Although EA is going to give me a gaming console, so what's that? Ooh, let's see how that looks. But how does the image? Is it okay? Because I have it on the low latency, not the extra low, and not the medium. I put it in the middle. Is the image as good as well? And that's something I'll hear later. Okay, so that's the simplest version, and yeah, Diane likes it loud. That's fine. You can turn up loud, and then I'll put this in front of my face because we don't need to see my face like that. Okay, here I can even make it bigger, like that, and I just think that's I'm Tom Chordhead. It's gonna be my stage name. It looks great. David likes it better this way. David Sillers likes it better this way. Okay, even though the sound is going to be a little less quality, put this back where it belongs. Hi, good to see you. How you doing? That was for Kathy. I'm going to go to scene 3 where we have the simple, and for Kathy it's air quotes, simple. Oh, I can't see my air quotes. See, you can't take a sip if you can't see my air quotes. Simple. Take a sip, everybody. That's one. If I use air quotes, I could put it under the other one. You mean the chords? I know. I'm kind of going back and forth with how this is better. It depends on how I'm sitting too. Like there, is that what you're thinking, Walter? I make it a little bit bigger. I just don't want to block my hand, and so if I'm stop paying attention, I'm like, okay, so make sure you do what I'm doing on my hands right here. Okay, I do some really cool lick, and you can't see it. It's like when you were trying, like when you had some really like secret lick, and you would turn your back to the audience and play it. Be like Stu Sutcliffe. See if anybody knows that reference. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go to 80. Christopher, you'll get this. See, you're already better than your dad. So we're going to do the simple version, which is actually harder than the other one, but the other one was the simplest version. And we're just going to go 80 again, pretty slow. And we got a lot more changes, but it's still the same 3 chords. Same three chords, okay? It's important for you to see what my hand is doing right now. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you can let it ring. 2, 3, E7 for 8 beats. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. A7 for 8 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2. E7 for 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. A7. Okay, sorry, True Blue. Those are fingerings. Those are not string numbers. It's not 2nd fret, 1st fret, 3rd fret, 4th fret. That would be this. This is actually a really nice chord. It's a major 13th chord. Yeah. But yeah, it's the numbers are referencing the fingering on your left hand, which of course you can't see because. Okay, I'm going to do this. Hopefully this doesn't jack too much up, so you can see my hands better. Okay, top 2, 3, 4 solo if you can. Yes, Frankie, I am. E7 2, 2,
2, 3, A7. Again, E7. David wants to add a ninth. E7. A7. E7. E7. No worries, Kathy. Top. A7. E7. For 8 beats. 2, 2, 3, A7. 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, E7. 4. And then B7. A7. And then B7. Oh, I get way off of the click when I start messing around. Don't I, Walter? I get way off of Walter when I start messing around. I still do that when I do like some fill in, and a lot of times I'll do a fill into a section. I get there just a little ahead of everybody else, and it really bothers me that I get too excited when I do a lick. So the way these symbols, these chord diagrams are written, the dots are where your fingers go. The dots represent the frets. So the numbers down there, and I could write a lot more information down there. A lot of times I'll write 3 things down there. I'll write, like for example, on the E7 chord, I could have written not only your fingering, open second finger, open first finger, open, open. I could have written the letter names of the notes, because you know me, I always like you to kind of learn some theory in all of this. So in that case, it would be E, and then B, and then D, and then G sharp, and then B, and then E again. And then also I often will write out what those notes are to the chord. In other words, the E on an E7 chord is the root, so you would have an R there or whatever. So, oh, is it David's birthday? Happy birthday, David. Oh, today is your wife's birthday. Oh, well, not happy birthday, David. Happy birthday to your wife. In that case, it would be E would be the root, and then B would be the 5, and then you'd have the flat 7 or the 7, and then you'd have a third, the 5th, and the root. And that's just, that's a lot of information. I'm trying to minimize that right now. And I will use, that's just, these chords are just a screenshot from this video. So I have a jam track that I did of this, because I'm getting bored playing in this jam. It's like, it's taking forever. Where is that? Oh, you know what I want? Oh, I wanted to try to create a new scene. I don't know what that would be like, though. If I do a new scene, it won't have any video. I'll have to add the video, while you sit here and watch. That seems like it would be a kind of a drag. So I should have done this beforehand. But I did do a screenshot. I mean, I did scan this. So what am I looking for? Oh, this. Okay. So YouTube. I'm looking for that video playlists, jam tracks. So I'm going to post a link to this jam track of that simple blues, so you can practice either playing along with it or you can practice soloing over it. Oops. And I've got 72 jam tracks uploaded. It's crazy. But there's a lot of modal ones. So if you want to practice your modes in almost every key, they're here. Oh, Kathy's back. And I'll be taking questions here in a second too. If you got questions. So there's the playlist. Let me pull up the specific video. It's not too far away here. Simple blues in G. Oh, here. Blues jam track in E. Can I get? I wish I could get from that there. Hey, look an ad. Well, he's got a lot of nice amps. I should put my amps all behind me, huh? I really can't. I like the guitars better. Okay, so here's the link for what? I didn't do that. Stop it. There we go. here's the link for the jam. Paste. This is the E jam. 52 watching. Are you kidding me? Really, people? I'm so sorry. Why are you watching this? Oh, man, it's fun though. I'm digging. Yeah. Oops. They're saying Tom's enjoying his new software. I can see. My window's not. Oh, did it adjust my window? That's actually a good thing. But like I can move these around. I prefer to put it right here, but or here. I shouldn't be advertising Fender. I like Fender though. That's my main guitar. But yeah, I like having it here because I don't have to be so self-conscious about my right hand. I'm going to move the mic a little bit like that so that I can kind of get in here. So you can see my left hand. Okay. So if you're having trouble with any of these, changing to any of these chords, make an exercise out of it. There's no reason you need to wait, a minute and a half to get to the B7 chord if you're playing a very very slow E blues. So what we're doing is just play E7 once and then go B7. And I did a recent video on changing chords faster. One of the things you want to do is you want to look at what the path's like. For one thing, your second finger is not even leaving the fretboard. So when you go from the E7 to the B7, this finger shouldn't even leave the fretboard. You can leave it on, okay? And then the first finger is going, and you only have two fingers on for the E. The first finger is moving up a fret, okay? So that shouldn't be too difficult. Or, I'm sorry, up a string. My apologies. And then you put your third finger underneath here. And so now it kind of feels like a D7 chord if you've ever done a D7 chord. Okay? And then you add your pinky on top. So the B is going to be, of the three chords, the B is going to be the hardest of the three because it requires all four fingers. Whereas the E7 and the A7 are two-finger chords. Probably the hard part about the A7 is not hitting that bottom string. Okay? All right, so now, so let's try this thing too. You can do this with me. Oh, the chat blocks it. Oh, I see. Okay. Walter's telling me about, yeah, because I don't know how many people, maybe put up what device you're watching the lesson on. Erasmus, long time no see. Not long time no see, but I just haven't noticed you there. Hit the like button. Why would I hit the like button? I have one amp in here right now, but I don't even have it hooked up. But I have my 2-rock in here. Yeah, I don't have that many amps. I got into a thing where I was buying a lot of amps, but I haven't done that in a while. Browser, laptop, Firefox on PC. Okay, good. MacBook Pro. Okay, so most of you, oh, nice, 24-inch monitor. MacBook. Kathy's using an iPhone. So Kathy's going to have more issues with different, it's so small. But all of you, this is for all of you on laptops or on big monitors. Tom in 3D. It does say I can do a 360. So if I had a 360 camera, I could set it up right here, and that would be really weird. I don't know why you would do that, unless we were multiple people in the room. So that little Sesame Street thing, as Dennis called it. You know what we should do? Actually, let's not do that yet. Let's just take an E chord, and let's play. And everybody's going to have a different version of a swing. Boy, it's harder. Just play E chord. Good thing you weren't leaning in, Frankie. Yeah, I know my pores are in bad shape there, David. So now we can do eighth notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. Now, Hook, you do not have a laptop with a 55-inch screen. And you've got a really big lap then. So straight eighths would be 1 and 2. Very robotic. But if you, well, it's hard to do. So slow. You can try to get that. Everybody has a different swing too, right, Walter? So that's kind of what I was doing with this. That's probably a pure 12/8 kind of feel, really. It's almost dotted it. You could hit 3 of each too to get the 12/8. You could just even do that. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet. Maybe accent 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. You can practice accenting different parts of the beat. But then if you change, you'll change every 3. So you go 1, 2. Let's see, 1, 2. Like this. So you're doing 3 of each. And that's really a pure 12/8 feel, which is very common in blues. But if we get rid of the middle, 1, 2, 3, if we get rid of the middle one of the 3, you sound like this. Walter's playing in 13. Oh wait, I can't do it with a click though, Walter. Play blues in 13. That would be freaking awesome. This is 12. Oh. I could do it if I was playing with you, Walter. I could probably do it. If we were doing it together. Let's do that in a couple of weeks when we're playing again. We'll do that. Blues in 13. Oh my God, 13/8. That would be crazy. It'd be actually a lot of fun. If you could write something over that, would be really cool. Sorry, people. This is just like devolving really fast. Okay, and you know what? You can do minor blues too, by the way. So you could substitute for E. You could E7. You could play E minor, and then A minor, and then you could still do a B7 for the 5 chord, or you could do a B minor. So it would sound like this. B minor, A minor. Minor blues are fairly common, but there's a 7th there. What Stevie Ray Vaughan had a couple minor blues songs. What songs of his were minor blues? Anybody think of it? Yeah, you could do 15, 16 too. Yeah. We could do 11. We could do like. That'd be 11. Okay. Blues is addictive, yes. And here's what you know what? In the Discord, let me post the Discord thing. Would somebody maybe go digging and finding a really good Spotify playlist that gives a good variety, a good cross section of different blues players? Like not all Stevie Ray Vaughan or not all Buddy Guy or not all B.B. King, but some, I'm sure there are great, like the history of the blues kind of thing, but also not necessarily ones that go too far back. Let's see, what was I going to look for? Oh, the Discord thing. Let me open the Discord thing, and I'll create a link for you all to join the, not Discogs, Discord. Okay. And if any of you are on Discord right now, I'm going to be so mad. No, I'm just kidding. Like half more people on Discord than there are on. Okay, here's the invite button. Copy. All right, now I got to go over here. See, I'm got too many windows to open. Okay, so there's the Discord. Life by the Drop. Oh, is that one of his? This Texas Flood, is that minor also? Great. Doc Watson. Yeah, Doc Watson's great. Squirrel. The Discord thing. I use Google Music Play. Yeah, I mean, but if somebody wants to post a, because, that way we can all join a, I could create a blues playlist up on Spotify and invite people to it. Somebody asked me to do a playlist of all the songs I've played on or written on, and I have that just for my personal use. I haven't made it public because on Spotify you can make some playlist public or whatever. Would you say the Spider and a Fly is basic 12 bar progression? I don't know, Alan. I don't know that song. A Spider and a Fly. Who is that? Oh, I was playing this earlier. Boy, this thing. So Alex hit me to. Oh, I got my phone down. Oh, jeez, that's gonna be way too loud. So Alex hit me to Amplitube, which is one of those plug-in amplifiers for your DAW, so if you Pro Tools or whatever. And it's IK Media, I think, Amplitube. Oh, you don't do Spotify? That's fine. It doesn't have to be Spotify. But somebody wants to post something. Oh, I changed guitars. True that. So if I change guitars, everybody gets to take a sip. That's part of the drinking game. Yeah, Rick, that's another. So one of the things you can do on Spotify that I love is if you're trying to put together some kind of playlist of just similar music, they'll have suggestions, in the column over here. Things backwards. I'm used to. Anyway, Walter said I could reverse the image, and I did, but the problem was I wasn't sure then if you were, because it didn't reverse my little boxes here, my little images, which I'm in love with. I'm going to make this one smaller. And I'll move it over here. I can make it bigger then. I love that. And you're seeing me do all this. This is funny. So, I'm supposed to see how messy my office is. So this was, but you can like pick, and we could even put together a playlist that's just the most well-known song from a bunch of blues guitar players. The main reason is just to notice how they approach the blues. And the key points in the blues, I find that like the fingerprint of the player is often how he gets from that E to the A, from the A to the E. Not how he plays over E. Not how he plays over the E, but how does he get from the E to the A? That's really, for me, the fingerprint. Now, I don't know if you can, how this sounds like. But then, then you've got to go back to from the A to the E. Steve Ray Vaughan did that all the time. It was always going A, B, like chromatically leading to the 5 chords bass note. Let's see. And so we're going to learn some of that stuff, actually. Believe it or not, you're going to learn. We're going to be playing the blues, and we're going to play one note all the way through it, and you'll be able to hear where it works and where it doesn't work, okay? And the perfect example, we're in the key of E, play an E. works over the A, it works over the E, but it doesn't work so well over the B7. So that's where sometimes you go, okay, I'm going to have to moderate what I'm doing. Because if I play an E over the B7, it's going to sound like... Oh, sorry. Super loud. Oh, okay. Well, see, that's because it's in here. Okay, sorry. Thanks for letting me know. Okay, so it is actually going through the DAW, believe it or not. So is that better? Sorry, I'm blowing you guys out of the water. And that's another exercise you can do. I really like to play the blues by myself and try to make sure that you can still hear the chord progression when you're playing. Okay, so I'm still, again, this is why I want you to play this blues progression. I'm sorry, but like 1,000 times, not in a row, but maybe keep a notebook and like, okay, I'm going to do it 10 times and then write, okay, I did 10. You keep a notebook and try to do another 10. It's like doing push-ups. Get to that 1,000 point where you're hearing, you see how important this is. You're hearing that chord progression. You're able to anticipate because, again, the fingerprint for the blues players is how they get from the 1 chord to the 4 chord, and the 4 chord to the 1 chord. The A chord being the 4 chord, the E chord being the 1 chord, the 5 chord being the B7. Thus, it's a 1, 4, 5 progression. And so that's really what I like. So if I play. Be able to hear all the chords. And keep in mind, I'm not a great blues player. Yeah, and Robert Johnson's great, but it's super early. Like you want to get the guys that you really like. And Robert, you could have a Robert Johnson track on there, no problem. But I would want to have like B.B. King, Albert King, Buddy Guy, Stevie Ray Vaughan. You could even have. Other players, you could have a lot of unknown guys. But anyway, is that level better now? Okay, good. I love this. The Amplitube just sounds really amazing. I see. I want to crank it in here. I turn myself around. See, that's the key. And the turnarounds are that's another thing. The turnaround happens on the E and the B7, the last 2 bars. That's where the turnaround happens. It turns you around back into the song. And that's another big fingerprint. Everybody has certain ways that they turn things around. And like I said, B.B. King, he's very, very, doesn't play a lot. He's not crazy busy, even same with Eric Clapton. A lot of times they're not super crazy busy. There are guys that play a lot busier over the blues, but he just has his own sonic thing, and he's singing too. That's the thing with B.B. King, he's singing. Yeah. B.B. King would do that a lot, where he just take that flat third. This is a $100 Squire. It just sounds amazing. It just has such a nasty, bright tone to it. again, that's really the turnaround. That you can't learn enough turnarounds. And I guarantee you, there's a ton of YouTube videos about blues turnarounds, and you can learn 5 blues turnarounds from one video, and they're just a blast. I play like it's so easy. No, I'm sweating bullets here, Diane. I'm so nervous now. How many am I playing? See, I have to go to a different window to see how many people. 54 people watching. Are you kidding? 55. It just went to 55. What the heck are you guys doing? I hope you're getting something from this. Anyway, so tomorrow. Oh, and this is the thing. Oh, see, I wish I had time. I just made this literally 1 minute before. But this is the little riff that's kind of the, as Dennis calls it, the, what was it, Dennis, you called it? Shoot, Sesame Street. I mean, you can hear how it's used in a lot of... It's a little easier to play on the bottom strings on the B because that's a reach still, but it's not as bad as this one. This is like, forget about it. Forget about it. Show what again? Will there be blues fingerpicking? I don't know. I don't know if there'll be blues fingerpicking or not. But what I was doing, again, I'm doing root and 5th, root and 6th, root and 7th, and then go up to A. And if you can reach this, great. You also don't have to go to the 7th. You can just do the 6th. It sounds like this with the 6th. Just the 6th. This, like that. Now, Stevie Ray Vaughan would do this thing where you could do, like, the rhythm part could just be a bass line. He played like, but he would just basically be playing. And that was his rhythm part, which is just, I mean, this tone right now is making me think of Stevie Ray Vaughan so much. It looks much harder than it is. Yeah, it's not. So what? Sorry. Sorry, Ed. I'm sorry. But yeah, what I'm showing you is foundational, though. Okay, what I'm showing you can lead to all that, whatever I was doing, and I'm not a blues player. I'm a better blues player now than I was when I was in a band. I've done a lot of blues stuff for TV in the last 5 years because I work on all those car shows. Like I do a lot of music for all of the Street Outlaws shows. So I'm playing a lot of blues for that, but it's here in the studio, very low pressure. When I played live, I did a one blues band gig. I had we rehearsed, and that's kind of when I realized at rehearsal that I'm like not a blues player, because I had the same 4 licks over and over again. And we learned, we may have done. And that thing alone, where the talent in that, where the difficulty is in that riff, is really in. I hope I don't get a takedown notice. Dang it! I didn't even think about that. But I don't think so. It's the blues, for crying out loud. If they do a copyright for that, it'd drive me insane. Get my guitar in there a little bit better. But really, what the trick on that is, man, try hitting all of your strings, but only have one note ring out. That's what you've got to get down, and that's really, that's like I said. That was the thing that blew me away about Eddie Van Halen, because when you play as loud as Eddie Van Halen plays, and I remember back in Pasadena, we playing garage. They were doing backyard parties and practicing in a garage. So many people I knew in Pasadena knew him in high school and stuff. But they played so loud, your guitar is a roaring lion. If you take your hands off, it's just going to feed back like crazy. So any mistake you make is going to be amplified, but any open string that you don't intend to have ringing out is going to be ringing really loud. So like so many players that play really loud get really good at muting strings. So like I'm deadening when I'm hitting that. Oh, nice. Good job, David. Yeah, we're talking creep. So basically, I'm muting 5 strings and just letting the E string ring out. Okay, and then the next thing I'm doing is hitting the 4th fret. And so I'm hitting the 4th fret, but I'm laying my finger down so that I'm deadening everything. But so if I hit that, but by hitting all the strings, you get this big scrapey thing. And then every now and then he gets strings ringing out, because it should sound kind of sloppy and messy and kind of like you don't care almost. It's like. And so that's kind of, it's just like, it's almost got, but the amount of muting that has to go on to get to that point is quite a bit of learning. That's a big learning curve there. So, but that's something you can practice. You get it, and almost, I don't remember necessarily practicing. It almost was more one of those things you had to develop out of necessity when you start playing with bands and electric guitar live and playing way too loud and burning out your ears and all that stuff. So, let's see. Well, I got to catch up here. Lasagna. Let's see. AJ. No, you're yeah. Cheers. We got blues lyrics coming. Outside Woman Blues. Renee, I'll have to check that out. I'm sure it's by Cream. I'm sure I've heard it 10 times. I just don't recognize the name for some reason. Bruce, oh boy, now we can see how far we go. Okay. Yeah, you can do whatever I was. Did I say that, Bruce? I'm sorry. I know, it's sad. Let's see. What else have we got going on? Kathy, am I missing anything? Everybody's cool? You can open this red wine now, David. we're pretty much past the lesson now. Let me go to scene 1 and get rid of that stuff. What? That's so cool. But the sound is different, right? Which is, I'm not sure why. Mike? Yeah, so I think tomorrow we might actually
learn a scale that you can actually start solo. I'm real tempted to show you the little 4-note trick that I really love for playing over the blues, and that's kind of what you need to have. You need to have if you're going to play in a blues band. This is not going to, none of you are going to play in a blues band anytime soon, but I learned that if you're going to play in a blues band, you got to be very economical with your licks. In other words, if you got a really good lick that works over this song, milk it. I remember seeing a band that did Dizzy Miss Lizzy when I was running sound at a nightclub back in the 80s. There was a band that did Dizzy Miss Lizzy, right? And that's actually a Beatles cover, I think. Something like that. Story time, I don't know. I got to come up with a story. Maybe I'll have one from that night or from that club if I can think of one. But you'll notice I did the Dizzy Miss Lizzy. It's the same lick every time, except the one time it goes to. It ends on that note instead of that note, and that's when it goes to the 5 chord. They have to make some kind of accommodation to accommodate the 5 chord, which is different than the 4 and the 1 chord. Pretty much anything you do on the 1 chord will work over the 4 chord, and anything you do over the 4 chord will work over the 5 chord. Over the 1 chord. But when you get to that 5 chord, you got to make some kind of, you've got to make some kind of accommodation. So, yeah. So tomorrow Leo, we may do a blues solo, a blues scale, and what I'll have. The hard part about it is to not make it sound like you're playing a scale, but to play something musical, and that's where playing one note really, really helps. You just play one note. So I was going to say, at this club that I worked at, the guitar player managed to find a way, because he had to play that lick the entire song. It goes through the entire song. Every time they go to the top, he's got to do looking. So every time they went to the top, he played the lick a different way. The first time he was bending it, and then the next time he was, or whatever. He was a very good guitar player, and he was just basically bored, and he was trying to have fun with it and challenging himself to see how many different ways he could play the same lick. And so you could play it on different. You could play it at different positions on the neck, different octaves. But he was, you could do double stops. There's all sorts of different ways you can play through that lick so that you're not playing the same thing over and over again. And that's basically my point, is like, you can make one lick last an entire song, but just do variations on it so that now you can take that second lick in the blues and make it last the entire next song. And then the third lick you actually know, you can make that last the entire next song. That was what I ended up having to do because I really didn't have I didn't really have a very big repertoire of blues licks, so I had no right in being in a blues band. Let's see what we have here. Yes, Vapo, you are correct. I will call it E minor. I may actually do E blues. You can call it E blues pentatonic, but if we add a blues tone to it, it's not a pentatonic anymore. We actually have 6 notes, not 5. So we'll do that, but we'll actually, what I want you guys to do is not just to go and play the scale. It's basically this. To not just sit there and do that, although it's not bad to have it down. But the idea is more just like. To kind of mess around with just a couple notes and try to make music out of that. And you'll notice that it works pretty good over the 1 and the 4 chord. It's the 5 chord you're going to have to make some accommodations for. And we'll talk about that too. So, I got carpal tunnel syndrome blues, yeah. Yeah, that would be like, how would you play carpal tunnel syndrome blues? that's pretty much. Bruce, do I have any lesson sheets? You mean the blues progressions? I can post that up there if you want. Yeah, totally fine. The chord diagrams actually is from that video that I posted. Oops. Here is this it? No, this is the Discord again. So if you're not a member of the Discord, you can get it here. And then also. Yeah, so the blues progression, let me pull that up real quick. The diagram that I used, where is it? Here it is. The diagram that I used was from the diagram of the four chords, was from this video. So you can find that in there. Where am I? Here we go. Actually, there should be a 17 up there. I think the last sheet music that I have is, and I'm pretty sure I uploaded it, right-hand tab, finger picking right hand. But everything we've done, finger picking's up. Kathy, I think we did post it, yeah. Did one of them not get moved over? Sorry, Kathy maybe can show me how to do that. I'm just posting there and then Kathy's doing the work for me. I thought when I posted it in the homework thing, I was doing that, but I guess I'm not. So let's see. And then one of the things I was talking about starting a new playlist where I literally try to create a lesson program that you can go through. Here's lesson 1, beginner, first time you pick up your guitar kind of thing. And then lesson 2 and lesson 3 and lesson 4. That's going to be a toughie because I don't know if I want to just do lesson 1 and then wait a week for lesson 2 because that'd be kind of frustrating if I say, here's how you hold a guitar and then don't show them anything. So I might post like maybe 3 lessons right away, even though I run the risk of... okay, thank you, Diane. I run the risk of losing subscribers if they get too many notifications. Although you're all getting notifications every time I go live. And so that's a good thing. Sorry, I'm going to move the mic a little bit here. But I apologize to anyone who's annoyed by all the notifications. But I'm just trying to go live every day for this during this season, which I'm hoping will be over soon. I mean, I'm hoping for mid-May. Maybe the end of May, more, we'll start to see the numbers dwindle as everybody can get back to work. That would be great. I mean, it'd be bad for me, but good for everybody else. So, and once that starts happening, then I'll start, and I'm already formulating my ideas. I may toy with the idea of playing some known songs. I'm not sure yet. It's so hard to teach because whenever I taught private lessons, it's fair use. If it's just a one-on-one lesson, I can use songs and there's no copyright infringement. It's even allowed in the classroom. Where it gets a little bit of a gray area, the fair use thing is technically we're broadcasting. So fair use is not covered by broadcasting. So, yeah. You know what I mean. So, okay, thank you, Kathy. Sorry. To the bookmarks. All right, let me open up I thought that was what I did. Did I not upload them to the bookmarks? Where's the Discord here? All right, homework. I've been putting them in the homework. All right, so I can just upload them. All right. Yeah, you're right. 17's not there, but there's only one more. There is only one more of those, Bruce. Right. Yeah. Oh, thanks, Bruce, for looking out for that. Anyway, so where are we at? 52 people watching. Why are you watching me? No. Oh, and I'm trying to come up with a story. I'm trying. What am I going to tell a story about? What am I going to tell a story? Do I have a funny story? I have a joke. I could tell you a joke. You want to hear a joke? And this is good. Kids can be in the room for this one. Kids love this joke, actually. In fact, it's a pirate joke. There's a pirate joke. Can we pay you money for a group lesson to avoid the copyright issue? You guys are too sweet. Tell us secrets about Justin Bieber. Yeah. He's an awesome guy. I don't know. What am I going to do? Especially, what am I going to say? Actually, I haven't had any negative experiences with Justin. I've seen some stuff, a little bit of stuff, nothing scandalous. But if you watch you can watch all 10 episodes. I have a couple songs in it. The journals, no, what was it called? On YouTube, they did the seasons. If you watch that, he talks about it. Thanks, Bruce. Kathy probably another moderator just handled this. Joke time. He talked about his drug addiction things, but I didn't really see anything but weed. I never saw anything other than that. And everybody, except for me, was smoking weed. Well, Scooter wasn't. Scooter's dad wasn't, but a lot of people were smoking weed in the studio. And that's pretty typical. I mean, when I go to a studio, and if there's like 5 different rooms or something, and I'm doing a hip hop session, I just look for the room that has the smoke coming under the door, and I know that's my room. So it's just, there were times, there was one time in particular I did a session with Justin, and let me just put it this way. On the ride home, I was really glad that, what was the name of the burger joint, was open all night, because I had to stop by and get a burger at 4 a.m. because I was starving. New folks watching. Hey, Art, good to see you. Oh, first time I played the blues probably was in that blues band at that bar in Pasadena. I mean, technically, officially, first time I played the blues was probably just jamming with a band in a garage somewhere. But first time I ever played it live was the only time I ever played it live. I think we did the whole night, and we had to make whatever number of songs we had last for 3 hours. So I came away from that going, oh, I am so not a blues guitar player. I haven't studied it. So I don't have the history of blues in my blood like so many people. Like Carl Verheyen, who was my teacher in the 80s, he knows everything. He knows all those licks. He can tell you, he can show you, like, with 3 notes, he can, he plays 3 notes and you'll go, oh, that's Albert King. Or you play 3 more notes, you go, oh, that's B.B. King. Or, oh, that's, Buddy Guy. He's got them all. He's just studying them so he can really tap into them. And I wasn't able to do that. But I did learn a lot of songs. And we did a couple, Buddy Guy and B.B. King and Albert King and Buddy, all those different artists. I think I even had to sing a couple songs. And we also turned some Beatles songs into blues songs, which is kind of fun. Because you can kind of turn anything into a blues song if you simplify the progression. And so we did that. And there may be some that were 8-bar phrases. But let's see. Okay, so the joke, huge grin. Oh my gosh, you got the cops called on you, Rick, again? Oh my gosh. Okay, see you later, Roger. Good to see you there again. Okay, so there's this captain of the ship, and they're sailing on the ocean, and the lookout at the top of in the crow's nest says, "Captain, I spy one pirate ship." And the captain says, "Bring me my red shirt." And they bring him his red shirt. He puts it on, and the pirate ship attacks them. And everybody fights off the pirate ship, and they prevail, and they succeed. And then the next day, the lookout up in the crow's nest, he shouts down, "Captain, I see 2 pirate ships." And he said, "Bring me my red shirt." And so they bring him his red shirt, and he puts it on, and the 2 pirate ships attack. And sure enough, he and his crew, they fight off the pirates, and they are victorious. And later that night, they're sitting around, they're having their meal, and the first mate says, "Captain, when we're about to be attacked, why do you say, bring me my red shirt?" And he says, "Well, I'll tell you, the reason I want a red shirt is so that if I am mortally wounded, you won't know, and that way you'll continue to fight. valiantly for your own lives. And they went, well, okay, that makes sense. So the next day, the lookout says, Captain, I spy 10 pirate ships. And the captain says, bring me my brown pants. Anyway. So that is and the kids love that joke. Thank you, Kathy. It's in question by Art. Do blues always have the chord? Generally, yeah. The seventh chords are really good for the blues. See, and I even had the kids made me a Lego pirate with a red shirt and brown pants. See? So did you like that joke? Okay, good. I'm glad you got it. Did you see? Had you heard that joke before? Yeah, also, Vapo, sometimes you can just use major, you can just have no roots or no thirds in it at all. But, yeah. So let's see, what else have we got here? Yeah, so you like that? The little pirate guy? He sits on my speaker over here. I should mount him to my headstock, put him on my coffee cup. But he's got a red shirt and brown pants. Bring me my brown pants. And like I said, kids think that joke's really funny. So I'm glad it's a new one to you. What's the difference between roast beef and pea soup? Anyone can roast beef. We used to... Okay, well, this is kind of a story. Well, I got a couple stories from Malachi days. My band, my top 40 band I played in disco and top 40 band I played in the early 80s back in Indiana. But we would go to, like, after a gig, oftentimes we'd go to Denny's or something at 3 a.m. We'd be driving back, and the crew, would be the band would already be home. But I went ahead and played in the band and did the crew because I got extra money for doing it, and I was the young buck. So I had plenty of strength to haul around Fender Rhodeses and monitors and all that stuff. And yeah, it's a classic dad joke. So we go to Denny's, and the sound man, Al, he would order the same thing every time. He'd be the last to order, and he always looked over the menu, and first thing he would say is, chicken fried steak. Chickens can't fry steak. He'd say that every time. And then we'd get to him, and he'd always order, I'll have a pizza burger and a large chocolate milk. Got the same thing every time. It was hilarious. What am I getting a notification for? What is this? Oh, you're telling me you're done scanning. Okay, exit. I don't need to know that. All right. Let me save. So this is the Sesame Street Blues. Sesame Street Blues. I'll post this PDF up there. Just this thing. I'm saving it. I gotta save it in my folder I have specifically for the live stream. Open, save. This is very exciting television here. Close. Okay, I can quit. And the other thing I could do, I will try to do this tomorrow. I'll scan I'll scan the scale that we're going to learn tomorrow. So I'll upload that. At the very least, maybe I'll put it on tab or something, but or I'll make I got grids, so we can do grids too. Anything like that. So anyway, yeah, blues you could do all sorts of chords. You could do 13ths. I mean, Stormy Monday. A great rhythm part. I mean, that's just so, and that's like a 13th chord to a 9th chord. T-Bone Walker, right? Such a great guitar. Yeah, Stormy Monday. You can also do like that. You can do it. What is it? Let's go somewhere. That's the Stormy Monday turned around. What was it? What was it? What was the turnaround I heard? Okay, so Art, I'm sorry, you had a question back there. I totally missed it, or everybody else took care of it for you, right? Art, where are you? Art. I love that bit from Simpsons. Okay, okay. That bit from The Simpsons where they're naming Bart, and Marge keeps coming up with names, and he goes, "No, they'll make fun of him. They'll make fun of him." He always comes up with some way to make fun of the name, and she goes, "Well, what about Bart?" And he goes, "Bart, cart, dart, eart. Okay." Yeah, I think that band did Stormy Monday, but I knew it before them because my teacher taught it to me way when I was a kid, and it was probably the first blues tune I actually learned, other than just to basically. But I had a teacher that was really into the blues, and he kind of schooled me a little bit, but I wish it had stuck more. I wish I'd really concentrated on it more. Like I said, there's so many. Carl Verheyen is like a freaking encyclopedia when it comes to that. And the funny thing is, when I took lessons from him, we didn't even touch on that. We were talking about all sorts of different stuff. So, let's see. Yeah, I think Zen, I think you were logged in when I was doing the OBS test, right? I thought it was you, but maybe not. But we're using the OBS now. If you're just now joining us, look, what?
We've got scenes.
So as long as I do my prep work, we're good. And I'm understanding that maybe the sound is a little bit better. No, I think Kathy, he's referring. I said thanks for the help, Zen. So I thought there was something you were helping me with the OBS, but maybe I'm wrong. But I'm not. I'm still learning it. For me, I told you, like I said, I'm a hands-on learner, so I'm going to try to figure out why the sound is best in this scene. Apparently, the sound is best here, 1 2 1 2, and here 1 2 1 2. It looks identical. I think the settings on my perspective are almost identical, but there's something different about input capture 2. I don't know what's going on. So that's. And you can hear this too, although I don't know how loud it is. I mean, it was too loud. I got to make sure I don't have it too loud, because you guys had to turn down. So, anyway, this was a good experiment, and I think we're just kind of built on yesterday's lesson. And I like how I can just put things over my face like this, like I can try to move, and this is really hard to do, like follow myself around with a mouse. But then if I want, I can take these out of here. I can delete them. I'm curious if I can create. Okay, so we're at the end of the lesson. Okay, if you are 44 people still here, if you're still here, I'm going to try to create a new scene and see what happens. Can I do it during? Oh, I can do a new scene, but it's going to be
blank and you're not going to hear anything, I believe. Okay, so give me 1 second to do.
Okay, there we go. So now you can't hear me. Audio. Oh, maybe you can hear me. Can you hear me right now? It changed the mic already, yeah. Audio input capture, okay. And existing. Oh, I see what happened. Okay, so now there's that. Oh, wait, now what's the, okay. Now I've got to add another audio input capture and add this, okay. Now you can hear me. Okay, now you probably can hear me better now. And now I can add a video. See, I would never do this on the fly. No, I don't want display capture. I want, it's called video capture device. Okay, I have to choose the video capture device. Existing, okay. And there I am, and see, I can make myself. So I could add images over here too. Now you see me, right? Yep. You may be right, Zen. No, you won't. But I was picking my nose. Okay, buffering. And so now I can add like an image. So if I want to add an image, oh wait, let me do this. Check this out. Okay, so but I got to create an image first. Let me create a new image though from this, from the Sesame Street Blues. I'll drag this. Okay, so create an image. Boom, done. Okay, go away, go to there. Okay, now I can go like this. I can add an image, and then it asks me where, a new one. Let's see. Here, I gotta browse, I gotta find it, and then, see, this is all stuff that I'm supposed to do before. Okay, and make sure it's not like some weird thing. No, okay, there we go. Okay. How about that image? That's awesome. Oh my gosh, that's funny. Okay, go, no, click on this. Okay, I want to make it smaller. Ah, not that. Click on, there we go. It's hilarious. So I could do this too, where I could make the, you know, the image like that. Yeah, it's a bit too big. It's pretty cool though. I mean, once I get figured out, I got the gist of it. And here's my little tip for you with when it comes to software program, you know, software. And so I could also go full screen on this and then just make this really small. But if you ever, when you're dealing with software, if you're ever asking, if you ever ask, I wonder if it can do this? Like, you know, oh, I'm writing a document, I'm creating a document on Word, and I'd love to have the text be at a 45-degree angle for the title to be at a 45-degree angle. Can it do that? The answer is always yes. You just haven't figured it out yet. You know, they pay people six-figure salaries to figure out what things you're going to need before you know you need them. So it's the same thing here. I'm sure there are things I'm like, oh, I wish I could do this, or I wish I could save this audio or whatever. That's all going to be, the answer is always yes. So I'm learning, and hopefully this will be a good tool for us to help me do these live streams faster. Now, when it comes to doing regular videos, and see, I've got my image too big, so I got to make it smaller so it fits in the window. But when it comes to doing regular videos, I will still probably edit those in, iMovie. Yeah, that'll work. So kind of cool though. Yeah. So anyway, I'm going to sign off. Thank you so much, and I will. Oh, I got a merchandise. See, that's the thing. The streaming part of what's my merchandise? That's crazy. So I am going to do shirts at some point. Emma did a design. I've got to get it. I've got to have her do some fixes on it. But it may be it may be like a kind of a cartoon image of me, and it may say "Hey there," which is how I guess I start all of my. Can I play the bridge of Raise the Bar? I don't even know the bridge. I don't remember the bridge to Raise the Bar, Black Storm. Sorry. That was something that was written by. I had to kind of reverse engineer that because it was written by Andrew Watt, and the version of Raise the Bar that you hear that's been leaked, unless you've got another one I don't know about, that one doesn't have a bridge to it. But we did a bridge to it. And that was written by Andrew Watt and Dan Cantor. And they came up with the chords for it, and then I had to figure out how to do it because the way I'm playing that song is really weird. So it's really difficult. But I don't know, maybe there's a new version that got leaked. So, but yeah, and I'm not showing it. I'm not doing a tutorial on Raise the Bar until it gets released because I don't want to give away the secret and then have people start copying it and doing my secret on other videos. Oh, the hand just fell off. I need a peg hand for the. They do have Lego peg hands, I think, don't they? I need a Lego peg hand for my pirate. Arr, Vashti mateys. Arr, pirate pickup lines. Arr, prepare to be boarded. There's a whole website of pirate pickup lines. They're so stupid. Sorry about that, Black Storm. It'll happen. I mean, if we, because here's the thing on that documentary I was just talking about the. That they did on YouTube, the seasons, they showed a picture of the studio desk, and they had all these cards out. And I had 5 songs that I co-wrote up there, on there. One song got on the record, but I had 5 that I actually had co-written, and Raise the Bar was one of them. So that was really cool that Raise the Bar was still, even 5 years after it was created, was still a potential. Because it's a really, really nice song. I thought Justin did an amazing job on it. He wrote the top line on that. That's all him. And the lyrics and everything, as far as I know. So, yeah. You know what? Yeah, you're right. I probably need to have a Tom University, Squirrel University or something like that. Exactly. I got called Chipmunk when I was a kid, and I got offended. I mean, I got my feelings hurt by that. So I don't know how to feel right now. Guitar student. Yeah. I was in quarantine and all I got was this lousy t-shirt or something like that, right? I was quarantined for 6 months and all I got was this lousy t-shirt. Let's see. Yeah, all I know, let's see. Peter Anderson, the rule is if you don't ask the question, the answer is always no. That's right. So IT, you're IT, yeah. So if you ever have any questions, I may not have the answers, but I'm willing to give them. Thank you so much, Zen. I appreciate you a lot. I appreciate all of you. You guys are all great, and I love how you interact with each other. You're all like carrying each other's burdens. It just makes me smile and kind of get a little teary-eyed, to be honest. Yeah, I see a lot of. This, I don't know. Well, we'll figure it out. I mean, I could probably do 10 or 20 different t-shirts. Squirrel University would not be a bad. Yeah, I survived Tom's 44 guitar lessons. Yeah, I should be buying you guys shirts for that. Oh my gosh. Bonnie has a great graphic for one. She does. Okay. Well, you can post it in the. Okay, I'll check. Is it a picture that you create? You own it though. See, I can't put it on a t-shirt if it's not available. So I got to be careful. See, Emma created something original, and I'm not sure where it is. It's probably in a text message thread somewhere. So I'm gonna have to go dig it up somewhere. I don't think she actually sent I think she did a screenshot or did a photo of it and sent it. But anyway, I'll see you tomorrow. We're gonna start to solo over this a little bit. But boy, like I said, more important than soloing over the blues is making sure you have the blues format embedded, burned into your brain so that you know no matter what chord is coming, whether you're playing rhythm or whether you're soloing, you know what's coming next, okay? And I'm digging the sound of this guitar through. It's a really good. Oops. Have fun with an octave pedal. It's a little sticky, but okay. I'll see you guys later. I have to actually sign out on this window. End stream. Okay.